You know, having a couple days to kind of decompress Tuesday night, what was the most impressive thing about you guys being able to pull that off?
Well, you know, I'm just impressed with the way our guys just hang with it, you know, and just keep battling and give themselves a chance, you know, because another game of things were going wrong and we couldn't get over the hump, and I thought New Mexico was playing great, and our guys just hung in there and kept fighting and found a way in the end.
But what did you think of kind of the way that the post-game scuffle and the way the league handled it, and just kind of the aftermath of all that?
Yeah, I mean, you know, it's an unfortunate. It's unfortunate, but it's also really fortunate that it wasn't worse. And I think our guys were appropriate, and they all got each other out of there and looked out for each other, and you know, so I think it turned out okay. And like I said, it could have been a lot worse. And so I'm just thankful that it wasn't.
Was it kind of a teaching moment? I mean, I assume you've talked to them about that, or you will, just about, you know, what if there had been time left on the clock, you might have had me and Jay playing for you tonight,
right,
or tomorrow. I mean,
right, no question. And that, yeah, it is. Those are, you know, we use not only our games to teach all those things, but around the nation when you see things that happen and understand what could happen. And so, you know, and I just like, you know, we have a lot of respect for Paul and his program, and you know, I think he's building it the right way, and he's a high character guy, and you know, so I think both of us just wanted it to be right and wanted to end the right way.
Did Paul, I don't know, did he reach out to you? I mean, he was pretty passionate in his post-game press conference about the way that his guys kind of responded there.
Yeah. No, you know, we haven't talked yet, but, you know, I think I kind of echoed his thoughts a little bit, and I hadn't seen him yet either, so that didn't surprise me. But, you know, again, I think that's where it starts. You know, the league can mandate all these different things about sportsmanship and this and that, but it's about our programs, and each one managing our programs in a way that we teach that. You know, these college kids aren't going to act perfect. They're not going to act perfect on the football field, on the basketball court, and you know, they're going to make mistakes, especially in heated moments like this. You know, and so it's about how you react to it, how you teach from it, like you said, and for guys to understand about doing the right thing and what it looks like. So that's probably the most important takeaway of this event.
Just kind of curious, with the way that game ended, like the actual end of the game kind of was stolen from the storyline, I guess. But you guys come back, you take a 2-point lead. Jessup misses the free throw, and I'm just kind of curious, what are your thoughts as you see New Mexico get a pretty decent look at the bucket there, and maybe think, oh man, all this is for naught, or anything like that?
Well, you know, that would have tied it, so it wouldn't have been for naught. We would have, you know, kept playing. But no, you know, I mean, all that happens so quickly that you're just trying to make that next play, and our guys are just trying to make that next play, and you know, you got two contingency plans, like, okay, if he makes it, we do this. If he misses it, we got to do this. You know, and so our guys do a pretty good job of understanding what has to be done. And I mean, there were some guys that gave some supreme effort on those last few possessions. I mean, throughout the game, but on those last few possessions to make it happen. I mean, the possession before that, our blockouts were amazing, and you know, and the trap before that, everything was done perfectly, and you know, so credit to our guys for just kind of hanging in there and finding a way.
You guys are like, what, 6-1 now, I think, in like games decided by 4 points or less. I mean, what is it about? You're probably going to continue to have a lot of close games down the stretch here. What is it about your guys that when it's close, you guys are able to make these plays in crunch time?
Well, number one, I think they keep their heads about them, and they, you know, that's where experience comes in. You know, you got guys that have been through it and have seen video of it and kind of have an idea of what we're trying to do at that point of the game and what needs to be done. And you know, because the chaos ensues at the end of games, and kids forget to block out, and kids watch the ball, and you know, but we have guys that have been through a lot of these already, you know, and then you got, you know, one of the best players in the league that makes good decisions for us, and you know, I mean, you know, you can drop all the plays, you can call timeouts, you can do that, but that's not what's going to win it for you. What's going to win it for you is having the guys out there that can make those plays. And you know, the big one, it started with Chandler coming on the break, and he trusted his teammate and got, you know, Christian the 3, and Christian made the 3. And then, you know, the defensive stop we got, and the breakout, and then the steal. But you know, you got guys making good decisions, and then, like I said, you got one of the best players in the league that can make the right decisions, not just, hey, I got to go get all on my own. No, I'm going to set up a teammate here, and that's going to help us win the game.
UNLV beat Nevada on Wednesday night. You guys are suddenly in the, didn't they?
Yes.
Okay, jeez, don't freak me out. Sometimes I do that. You are too gullible. I'm too gullible. Okay, so UNLV beats Nevada on Wednesday night. You guys are suddenly in first place. How do you feel about being in the driver's seat?
You know, that there is no driver's seat. There's just the game that's next. And again, it goes back to having experience. We got experienced guys that they don't care. I mean, when I say they don't care, they care about one thing, and that's what's right in front of us, and that's Utah State. You know, and then there's, you know, I think maybe inexperienced teams would be like, that's, you know, we know what's going on. Don't get me wrong, we know what's going on in our league, but we also understand that every game is going to be just a battle, and you know, you guys have covered it. You know that's so true. And we got a really good Utah State team that's so well coached, and it's one of the toughest places to play in the country, and that's right in front of us. So the other stuff is just going on around us, and we're able to shut that out and dial into what we have to do.
Can it be motivating though, when all of a sudden they look up and see, hey, we do have a pretty strong say in this now in what happens here? I mean, they have to, I know maybe they're not rooting for certain things to happen, but now they kind of have to be pretty fired up to know what could possibly be ahead.
Well, I mean, it's just something that as a staff we've told them it's going to happen that way. You know, I mean, playing in the Mountain West is nobody was going to go undefeated. They weren't, and history tells us that. And so, you know, we scientifically speaking, we just showed them, here's what's going to happen, here's where you're going to be, and then it all comes down to controlling what you can control and understanding that.
You're starting with Chandler's decision last spring and winning clutch games this year, winning tight games this year, Hutch's development, the development of the other guys on the roster. Do you sense that something special is kind of brewing with this basketball team? Do you sense anything different?
I've, you know, regardless of, regardless of our record, and now it's special because they're 20-4. That's it, special in its own right. But this group really is. I mean, the way they care about each other, the way they fight for each other, the way they show up to practice every day. My staff's doing an unbelievable job. Yeah, it is. It's you know, and that's why we want to be able to. We want to do everything we can to maximize every little ounce that we can get out of this team because it is a special group, and you know, we're going to enjoy it together, and we're going to try to max out everything that we can do to be the best team we can be, because we are aware what a neat group it is.